hello everyone. This is Wilson Cole, president of Adams, Evans and Ross, and senior partner of Elite Global Partners. And I'm here with Allie Cole, our brand manager, and my lovely daughter. How are you doing, Allie?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I am doing fine. It's 4th of July weekend, and as you can see, I'm down here at the beach. And you are actually you and your fiance are joining us here in a couple of days, so that'll be fun.
Only a couple more days.
Yeah. So, it's kind of appropriate that we're going to talk about the marketing strategy. While I'm down at the beach, it kind of ties it in on how you can work without having to physically do the work yourself. And one thing that so many small businesses run into, and we've been guilty of it as well, is that you go out and you market, and then you get so much work that you stop marketing because you're so busy handling the production of the work that your marketing starts to decline, and then all of a sudden you run out of work, and then it's just a constant ebb and flow. So one thing that Allie and her team has done for us over the years is they've tried to get us to where we have a consistent automated flow of business, and we do that by consistently marketing. As we speak right now, we launched one of our campaigns to where we're promoting a webinar. And by the way, 2 wonderful webinars, high in very rich in content. And one of them's on the behind the numbers, where we take the numbers and break down the most likely positions to be backdoor hired. Then on the other, with Adams, Evans, and Ross, we talk about the 7 biggest mistakes that we constantly see staffing and recruiting firms making. And very good webinars. Shoot Allie a link, and she can certainly send that over to you, and you can kind of see how we've done the webinar. But we still got to get people to attend to get get their eyeballs on what we know and kind of position ourselves as the experts that we feel we are. And there's some automatic remarketing aspects that different funnels, whether it's ClickFunnels, whether it's Infusionsoft, whether it's just Google AdWords campaigns. But what happens now is if somebody were to click on that, and if they register or if they don't register, by landing on the different pages or filling out the different forms, it triggers automatic follow-ups and automatic remarketings to where we show up in YouTube, Facebook, and all that. Allie, kind of explain what exactly happens and how we're remarketing to those folks.
Well, we're remarketing to different people in different ways. So we've uploaded one of our email lists that we've been building for years and years of clients that we feel like could need our services. And so we've uploaded their emails and we're targeting them that way. We've also been using pixels to know who's coming and going from our website and using that information to target them, and using lookalike audiences. So that way, not only we have that awesome list that we've built for years and years, now we can use that information to tell Facebook, hey, these are the people that are awesome. We want more people like this. And we can use that and create another list of staffing and recruiting agencies that are similar to that size and their owners, and we can get really in depth with that.
So, and it also, one thing that you guys have done is if you land on certain pages, it can actually trigger different remarketing pixels to where, let's say if you're selling staffing services and somebody was about to give you a job order and then they get distracted and they move on, you can actually trigger a pixel that when they click on that link, it goes back to, in essence, the job order page to where they can start refilling everything back out. But if there were at the about us or view our candidates or our staffing folks, then you can actually have it come back and land on that page. And also with that remarketing in the lookalike audience, if folks that you already know that you're kind of tracking down, if you can show up in their Facebook feeds, if you can show up in the YouTube commercials before they start watching YouTubes, it's very, from an economic standpoint, if you've got 50 to 75 hot working leads, it's very cheap to in essence remarket on those. You know, Allie, I know it kind of varies, but per email address or whatever, if you were to do a month-long campaign, is it 50 cents? Is it $2? And I know that kind of
Well,
varies.
that's a tricky question because most of the campaigns that we run are cost per click. So it's not necessarily how many people you're getting in front of, it's how many people are interested enough to click. And average cost per click is around $5 in the space that we're in. But again, that can vary. It's just depending on how many other people are interested in getting in front of those same people, how many people are clicking on you. There are crazy algorithms that are calculating that price, of course. So it's not a science that you can just figure out just from an email list or something.
Okay. So it just kind of varies as far as, and also who else is doing something similar. And, you know, just like anything else, you put your bid in there and you know, if you're saying my maximum amount's $4 a click, well, if everybody during that time frame is at $5, you're going to get pushed further and further down that list.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, you know, it regardless what you utilize, one of the things that is absolutely amazing is the automation that is out there now. Automation is just, you know, it's leverage, and if everything is working well, automation is very, very good. But if things work bad, automation just amplifies how bad it is. So if your emails weren't triggering right or triggering too many times, you've got to be very careful on how that's set up. And like I said, that's something that Allie and them can certainly help you with as far as setting up some of your campaigns. But the biggest thing is take advantage. You know, right now, I can remember, my generation can remember when there wasn't an internet and we had to operate in a business setting. You know, I was talking with some friends recently, and we were laughing about pictures that we used to take with those disposable cameras. And we're so old, we were taking pictures that we had no way to post. And that realization of, you know, your generation, you know, you do the selfie, you take the picture, and then it posts and it's out there forever. With us, we would take the picture to have the picture. There really was nowhere to post. You could show your, you know, your two friends that were in the picture, you know, a week or two later when you got it developed. But we're at the maturity of the internet, and right now these tools, most of them are still very inexpensive. But I can tell you what's going to happen is, as time passes, all of that large institutional money that's been buying commercials on network TV, nobody's watching TV. I mean, I have a Netflix, and I'm, you know, in my mid 50s. I don't traditionally watch TV the way my parents watch TV. And so as soon as
I don't even have cable.
you don't even have cable.
I only use Hulu and Netflix.
So you're streaming everything. And so that's my point. I would hate to own a major network station because you can see that the viewership is declining and advertising dollars are going to follow. And there was a really neat viral video of a young man and his 8-month-old, 9-month-old, year-old son, and they're having a conversation, and the baby's just kind of being babbling. Thank you. And, you know, Dad's sitting there carrying on our conversation like he knows what it is, and it kind of went viral. The thing that I found interesting is Denny's hired him to do a commercial. Denny's didn't do the commercial in the way that it used to be done, where you had that 30-second spot. They did a 2 to 4 minute video of the father and the son having that similar conversation where they're babbling and he's, you know, picking up on it, and they're sitting in a Denny's ordering food. And so as these major institutions move into Facebook, move into YouTube, move into the internet, it's going to drive the cost up. For the next 12 to 18 months at this particular point, you can get in front of a lot of eyeballs, and you can do it in such a way to where it's automated to where if anyone isn't advertising on Facebook or on YouTube, they're missing out. And a lot of people will say, well, gee, I don't think Facebook works. But in the same thing, they'll say, well, Facebook's overthrowing governments and all of that good stuff. So it definitely works. But the biggest thing is the automation. And if you'd like for Allie and them to work with you, if not, go out and watch YouTubes on how to automate your campaigns and do remarketing. It's a lot easier than you think. It just has to be done right to correct it. Allie, do you want to add anything before we sign off? Because here in a minute, I am going to the beach.
I don't have much to add. I don't want to keep you from getting sand between your toes.
Well, we'll let you run on that note. And Allie, thanks for the campaigns, and keep those numbers getting tweaked for us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. See you later.
Sure.